So welcome back to the Building Confidence podcast, where I, your host, Louise as a party, is interviewing Emma, Michael, and Matt, who are all part of the Diesel, Dirt and Turf Expo. This is episode 137, and I'm going to let the team introduce themselves. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, I'm National Relationship Director for Gensure Multi-Equipment Insurance, and we're rolling out a new innovative product around Australia and New Zealand over the next period of time. So that's basically what spends most of my time.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we've had Michael and Emma on before, but if this is the first episode you're listening to, Michael, tell us who you are.
Right, I've been involved with Diesel, Dirt and Turf since day one, and I become involved in the marketing, advertising, and promotional activities, and coordination with sponsors and anything else that needs doing, basically, and general support function.
Yeah, and then we've got Emma. Emma also has a full episode that we recorded in December that went up in December as well. But Emma, who are you?
So, since day one, I'm involved alongside Marti, our manager. We plan the show year round. So yeah, I'm in the background though. So yeah.
Easy. All right. So Matt, how did you find out about Diesel, Dirt and Turf?
My background's actually in finance broking, so asset finance broking. So one of the guys that I knew about us sort of starting, and this was March last year, I think, when I went to the show. And I'd actually been around Australia preceding that on professional development days, pretty much all around Australia. So I was pretty tired, to be fair, when I went there Friday. 5 hours later, I didn't even get around the show, all of it, because I do like to have a chat, but that's okay. And I was just blown away by, the size of it, the displays there, and obviously us being plant machinery equipment focused. It was literally every stand had all these items that we could insure. And it's rare to have a show that's so specific. Most shows have got a lot more transport in it, in other words, trucks and so on, but this one just, blew me away. So actually I rang my CEO on the way back and said, mate, I've got to go back tomorrow. And he goes, what do you mean? He said, I've got to go back tomorrow because I didn't see everything. And he goes, mate, you're crazy. You've been flying around Australia. I said, mate, trust me, I've got to go. So I spent another 2.5 hours the next day. And then I rang him again and said, mate, we've got to be involved. It's really important. It's basically a whole fraternity in one spot. So that's why we wanted to be involved. I think pretty soon after that, I reached out to Marti and we started talking, and then caught up with Emma and Michael, and here we are today, not far away from the 10th anniversary one. We're just a bit slow, obviously, in getting involved, but that's okay. 10 years later.
Yeah, that's it. What year did you guys get involved?
We literally, I can't remember exactly, but I think middle of last year we became a sponsor. We're a bit different sponsor because we don't really want to stand. Ironically, the referrers to our product are the exhibitors. So we chose not to have a stand, just to be involved with, to be honest, Emma, and then the golf day, which is important to us, and also, just being able to be a little bit more open to be able to spend time with all the exhibitors as well, because they're actually our clients. Obviously, our end clients are the people insuring, but to actually talk to them, we have to make sure we look after our referrers. So it's exciting.
Yeah, easy. And what does Gensure do?
Gensure was the first ever actually multi-year insurance product. So basically what we provide, as opposed to any other insurance company out there, we can actually fix a policy for up to 5 years for a fixed price. So it's not affected by claims or other things like that. Yeah, it's purely unique, and it does tie well, and this is why our first tranche of referrers have been asset finance brokers, because they're used to doing that. They're used to either an excavator or a bobcat or something, and then financing it, locking it in for 5 years. Obviously, the client can pay that early, but this really does have a massive synergy with that sort of concept. Although in saying that, they don't need to finance the goods. It doesn't change the price of ours. So even people just want certainty. For their insurance for that period of time. They don't have to choose 5 years, by the way. They've always got 1 to 5 they can choose. And yeah, it's I've never in my life, and I've been involved in finance since I actually worked for a standard finance, shows how old I am, but anyway, a long time ago. And basically, I've never had a unique product, purely unique. So this is exciting for us. It's taken 4 years to get to this point, and we've only really been in the market about 7 months.
Yeah, okay. So you're up and coming and getting out there, meeting heaps of people.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's it. And the thing that comes to my mind when you say like that 5 years, especially when we're in like with equipment, a lot of the warranty periods, a lot of businesses will have the machine say for the warranty period and pass it on. So it kind of sounds like that might interact with that period as well.
Yeah, definitely. What I think the average asset finance length in finance is about 4.5 years, but reality is most are 5, some are 3. So, but even if they pay it out, they may not move it on, right? They may keep it, and therefore they want to still insure it. So, yeah, our product's designed for all different variations of that.
Yeah, easy. Nice. And then I think we covered this. I've just got a list of questions here, but I think we've covered this one. And like, how do you add value to the diesel, dirt, and turf clients?
Yeah, well, as I was sort of saying, our concentration's on the exhibitors. The clients themselves will buy product, get access to our product through the referrers. Whilst we can do it directly, that's certainly not a model that we choose to have, simply because all of a sudden we then would need to have a whole stack of people taking phone calls and so on when we don't need to. We build a amazing, simple referral system that they can use. So it gives them an indication of what the price would be to discuss with a client, and then they can refer it to us, and everything's online. It literally can take, from the time they refer it, about 6 to 8 minutes, and they'll be fully insured. So it's very unique in that sense as well.
Yeah, unique and efficient, it sounds.
Efficiency is one of our fun words, yes. And probably took an extra year just to be more efficient. I know that sounds weird, but we're underwritten by Berkshire Hathaway Specialty Insurance, which they're obviously owned by Berkshire Hathaway, one of the biggest companies in the world. But whilst they're very lovely guys, very confident, very professional, they are very, very litigious. So everything has to be really checked out, probably 120%, But yeah, it's exciting. It's great to deal with them. They just give you a confidence, to be honest, when you're around them. They're based in Chifley Square in town, and yeah, when I see them, they give you energy, which is pretty rare in an insurance world, I can tell you. So
yeah,
good.
No, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And we mentioned quickly, well, actually before we started recording as well, that Gensure is also involved in the Diesel Dirt and Turf Golf Day as well. How are you guys involved in the Golf Day?
I'll find out off Emma and Marti soon, but no, we I think we're going to have a few banners there just to sort of give an awareness to the guys there that we're now here and part of Diesel Dirt and Turf. We don't intend that to be a one-off. We envisage a long-term relationship, and also I think I'm happy. I don't play golf, unfortunately. I've got 2 shoulder reconstructions in my left, so the old golf swing's not great for it. So I think I'll be maybe driving carts around, drinks, just helping out wherever I can, and then just good to be involved for a good cause.
Yeah, easy. And we skipped ahead a little bit, but the Golf Day is on March 6th, and there's going to be information to sign up for that in the description of the podcast, and it will be in Sydney.
I might just add as well, as far as the Golf Day goes, like for Matt, it's just, I guess, another opportunity to network. So the way he's coming on with the event in April, it's just another chance for him to come network, meet people. If he wants to do a presentation at our lunch, we do a live auction after the game. So everyone will come back to the golf club, have lunch, sit, mingle, auction, and everyone can chat, and there's opportunity for anyone to come and actually present their product and things like that. So Matt's actually going to be present there, and he can network with the other people that are going to be there too. So it's a beautiful opportunity. Yeah.
Networking is fun, especially on a golf day. Whenever the 19th hole is my special. I might not be very good at the first 18, but I'm pretty good at 19th hole.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Easy. And even for me, that's where I met you, Emma, and Marti as well as last year.
Yeah.
I didn't attend the whole golf day. You have the opportunity to attend just for the lunch, and I picked that opportunity. Got there a little bit early, caught up with you guys who are the coordinators, and now we are here. So the golf day is a really good way to get a quick injection of networking into like in the industry itself.
Sounds good.
Definitely.
No, all good. All right. And Matt, you might know a little bit about this, but maybe more for Michael. Who else is going to be at the Expo this year?
Well, it's really hard to say who won't be there. Since we've started, people have been coming along, and like Matt, they've seen what a wonderful networking opportunity it is. So, but look, just to mention some of the big names, we've got Komatsu, we've got Caterpillar, we've got JCB, Hitachi, Digger, Toro, Volvo Construction Equipment, attachment people like Encon of Sweden. We've got the bucket people like Salmon Buckets. We've got FAE, who are really big in the attachment market. People like Machinex, OTR and tyres. We've got Takeuchi, we've got Doherty, we've got Alum for lubrication systems. People like Norm Engineering, who have been there since day one. ASV Machinery, Kubota, John Deere, Boss Attachments, Clark, Hydraulic Seals. I mean, we can go on. I mean, it's every name you can almost think about. But just moving on from that, but they represent a lot of technologies. We've got customized attachments, lubrication and refueling equipment, land management attachments for clearing and maintenance for councils and public space maintenance. There's engine components, consumables, seals, filters, all those sorts of things. Then we've got some trucks and specialised vehicles, commercial pressure cleaning equipment, demolition tools, rock hammers. It's pretty hard to know where to stop it. I mean, there's rock saws, replacement tracks, and there's ground engaging tools for every earth moving application you could possibly think of. So also there's things like GPS location for equipment tracking, packed trenching equipment, tyre and wheel technologies, agricultural tractors. I don't know if I'm missing out anything here, but we've also got electric powered innovations, because a lot of equipment is now coming in with battery power, which is really important for people to have a look at. There's commercial mowing equipment, there's forklifts, there's height access equipment, machine automation, digital technology. I don't know what else I can mention here, whether that's covered, but there's everything you need. I mean, there's even small tools, everything you can imagine. I mean, to go along there and see the people have even got hand greasing equipment, innovations that you wouldn't even think were out there. And there seems to be something new and exciting every time I go. After even all those years, it still doesn't stop amazing me how much innovation there is out there and what new you can have. We've also got a lot of the Chinese companies are coming out again this year. I mean, we've got probably 40 or 50 Chinese visitors coming, representing different equipment, all interested in our market. So there's certainly lots of innovation to find out about.
There's also a stack of asset finance brokers this year, I noticed, Emma. Hey?
Yes, look, and honestly too, circling back to Matt's sponsorship, for example, how he mentioned, he didn't want to stand, but he's there to network and all that sort of stuff. WD-40 are even supplying little WD-40 tins this year. They're not actually having a stand, but they are part of our network this year too, because they're just going to be supplying the WD-40s for all the attendees. Little things like that. We're happy to work with you on that sort of thing. But we've also got Suttos from Penrith, and they do bikes, your ATVs, all that sort of stuff. So we're sort of like, the tradie will come, the plumber, and he might buy a machine and a trailer, but then he also might ride bikes on the weekend. So it's the full experience. So it's cool. We've got a lot of different things happening on site. Yeah.
Well, it's all big toys for big boys and girls, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah. Also selling that whole lifestyle thing, like the bikes and what do you do in your free time? Like these tradesmen don't just work, so it's very exciting. It's cool. And often, their jobs are their passions too. So I think that's cool. But yeah, we have a very wide range of everything this year. It's amazing. We're really excited actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I think we chatted about it a bit last time as well is like how interactive a lot of the stands are. People can really come in and get hands-on and have a good chat and just really get to know about the products.
Yeah, I really love West Track's stand for that. Every year they go above and beyond. They welcome all the families. They always have like a little dig pit for the kids as well, and a lot of merchandise, which is fun because, you can get matching stuff with your children, and it's just, it's great. It's very interactive, and everyone's very open to letting the children come and touch the machinery and sit and get pictures, and it's really exciting, I think, for everyone of all ages. So yeah, you're right, they do that.
That's it. And Michael, do you know of any of the other stands that are going to have interactive going on?
Probably there's competitions are always a bit of fun. There's the Takeuchi Excavator Challenge, and I think Cat are doing one, aren't they, Emma, as well? But they do one. And people like Encon, I know, they have a fantastic display where they show their tilt rotator attachments. It's usually set up just near the entrance, and all these people are usually lining up outside the door. It gives them something to look at while they're waiting to get their tickets processed and get their entries done. But there's a lot of action everywhere. I mean, we've even had some of these high-powered compact track loaders, V8 powered track loaders, and they fire these things up occasionally. We've had drag machines there. We've got some of the vehicle people with their big super trucks and everything for the weekend. So, but there's lots to see, and levers to pull and horns to push and things like that. So there's action and noise. And of course, when you're sick of all this, we've got some great hospitality arrangements. We've got lots of shaded area where the families can just sit there and go through their goodie bags and see what they want to see and plan where they want to go. And it's easy to get around because we've got a downloadable show guide where people come through the gates and they can plan their day. And all the stands are numbered and the streets are numbered, so you don't need to get lost there. Easy to get around and easy to find somewhere to put your feet up in the cool and have some great food and drink as well.
Yeah.
Just as well, typically Komatsu will have a live demonstration, like a dig pit, so you can also go and watch. A lot of people can have an opportunity to test the machines too, which is great. And it's just such a dynamic sort of setup. It's lovely because it is actually part of a space at the drag strip that actually needs work. So it's real. It's not just set up. It's actually a real construction site, which is lovely. And typically too, ProLube will fire up a drag car, as Michael said. A couple times over the weekend, you'll hear the noise and everyone just runs right there. So it's great. There's lots of different things to see.
That's it. And like, I know from my own experience, a lot of the stand holders are really friendly. And there's that saying, like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I really believe that you can influence who you know by attending expos like Diesel, Dirt and Turf, because most of the people at these stands, like Michael said, you're going through everything that touches, literally anything that touches dirt will be at the show. And if you're trying to get into the industry, it is also a really good place to go to come and meet people and see what opportunities are there.
Even for careers and all that sort of stuff, as you said, everyone's very inviting on the stand. You can come, have a drink with them. Some of them have bar setups as well, RSA bar, catering even, food. You can come, chill out, network, meet people. Whether you need a career, like a new career start, fresh start, or whether you need to buy a machine and meet reps or whatever it might be, you're making all these beautiful connections with people. And as we mentioned in the last episode, it's all face-to-face, which is something you just can't replace,
Definitely.
Matt discovered that, obviously, when Matt went there and saw the variety of people, he was blown away, like most other people are who come there, the fact that it's a one-stop shop. Industry shop, basically.
It's just, and if I'll be honest, face to face. So I have to do a lot of Teams meetings because we're Australia wide, right? But reality is, I'll be honest, face to face meetings have always been the most effective. I think the physical nature, plus also, you can see someone's complete demeanour. So if they do or don't believe in something, it's a lot easier to find out. And you're in their space too, potentially, because if they've allowed you into their space, then they give you that little bit of extra energy. It's better. So
I agree. I love face to face. Nothing replaces it, and I feel like we've got that special little edge at DDT. It's very welcoming, as Michael mentioned. All of the hospitality areas, the food trucks, even the stands. As I said, not only can you go to one of our little food hubs throughout the facility, we've actually got the stands are actually welcoming you in. Come and sit with our team. We've got some of them might have 50 people on their stand working from all their branches from the East Coast, and they're inviting you to be with them as well. So it's very welcoming. It's very warm. That whole family aspect that we spoke about last episode also, you can feel it through the whole place. So it is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, even things like the big pickles auction on the Saturday. I mean, 1 o'clock on the Saturday, you see people converging from all over the show because they've got some great bargains there. They've got machines set up everywhere. They do the live auction. They do it nationally as well, online. And it's just great entertainment to watch these auctioneers do their stuff and see some of the great deals that are around at that time.
They're actually doing it on the Friday this year.
Is it? Okay, correct.
Yeah, everyone, Friday, not Saturday, but they did used to do the Saturday. But Friday now is a bit more of a trade day. Everyone is welcome, but yeah, it will be Friday this year. So yeah, it's amazing, as Michael said, that auction. Even if you're not there to purchase anything, just standing there and just feeling the energy of that whole event. Matt Blanche from Pickles will run that auction, and he's just incredible too. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's it. And I think so many people hear the word auction in so many different sense, house auction, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people haven't even experienced an auction, like been there live. So even to get that experience, to be, at the show and have the bonus of experience in an auction live is a cool little add-on that people can have.
Yeah, that in itself is an experience. As I said, even if you're not purchasing, it's still just, oh yeah, I've been to an auction. Some people, it's not even on the cards for them to buy a machine, but just to see it too, like I mentioned, the energy of the whole event that Matt puts on is just amazing. Just, yeah, even his energy, it's just, he's so high energy, and the quick crowd answering, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
And not only that, I mean, exhibitors go there to sell product. They've sharpened their pencils. They've got some good deals happening there. They might have a special Expo offer that unless you're at the Expo, you're just not going to get this deal. It's that face-to-face in the minute, and to negotiate is a lot easier. As Matt said, face-to-face, if you're on someone's site, if you want to drive a hard bargain, it's a lot easier to be face-to-face there in their space rather than trying to do something online and getting the right price. There's a real carnival atmosphere. There's a sense of fun, urgency, and wanting to do business. That's the thing. It's enthusiasm. The enthusiasm is quite palpable there. I mean, everyone feels the enthusiasm of the day. They know they've got 3 days. They've got to get it all done in the 3 days. The exhibitors know they've got to grab all these inquiries in the 3 days. And it gives them so much to follow up for the next few months. I mean, people do a lot of business at the show. So it's business, it's fun, it's family, it's everything.
That's it.
They do offer the other exhibitors to run their product through their auction also. So as Michael mentioned, you can pick up a deal or a bargain, and it's not only because you've created this beautiful relationship with a rep who's wanting to help you and work with you as well, but it's also because Pickles actually will take, people might have old stock. Exhibitors might have old stock in the yard they want to clear out. So it's your opportunity to come and get all them little, bargain bin finds even, these beautiful machines that there might only be one left of, or, they did a trade-in and they just need to get rid of it. And it's, it might be an older machine that you've been struggling to actually get your hands on, an old model that they don't make anymore, or whatever that might be. So there's a lot of fun, and it's like treasure, the Pickles auction just feels like treasure, even if you're just there to watch. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. And Matt, I wanted something that's just in the back of my mind. when you were at the expo last year, did you have a go at any of the challenges, like the machine operating challenges or anything like that?
I was too busy talking, mate, to be fair. No, look, a combination, because obviously, as I said, there's a lot of asset finance brokers there, so I can talk to them quite easily coming from that background, and obviously having something new. And actually at that point, I don't think we'd actually released it. So in other words, we literally weren't in market at that point. So it was just sort of trying to feel out with the different exhibitors and all that, talking to Komatsu and all that. Sort of, it's never been available. So therefore, finance people within these equipment finance firms never really talked about insurance because there wasn't a lot of point. They'd have their own insurance broker, their own insurer. There was nothing that really linked them to it. So it was good for me just to sort of premise it and sort of plant a seed, for want of a better way of putting it, which I think will pull through quite well this year. And thanks to Emma, Michael, and also Marti, because they've given me a lot of voice actually on their platforms, which I really appreciate. And that's all. I mean, we've gone through a big awareness stage, and it's sort of past awareness now. I think people are aware that we're sort of around, but then how do we connect to their processes? In other words, how do we make it a normal conversation when they talk about insurance, which they never would? So this is probably the next step for us, particularly in the dealer space. So bigger dealers will have business managers, which will ask those sort of questions, business finance managers, right, within them. Smaller ones won't. So it's actually sort of looking after the whole vast array of what Michael talked about and how we could potentially fit for them, and to give their end clients, an amazing opportunity that isn't currently going to be offered to them from an insurance broker perspective or another insurer. So
yeah,
other than
and
that,
how has
I did have a beer though, to be honest, when I was there. So, but anyway.
I think too, Matt is there to enhance their experience at DDT as well, because it takes the stress out of it. And if you're coming to buy a machine, it doesn't just end there. It's like when you buy a house. You don't just walk in and turn the key. You might need to get a new plumber for the house. So you know what I mean? Like he's enhancing their whole experience and taking all the stress away. So I think it's beautiful that he's able to offer something so unique as well to these people who even potentially probably have no idea what they're in for. They might be starting up a brand new business even.
Yeah.
All these things, come out of the woodwork. You go, oh my God, I've bought a machine now. What's next? What do I do? But we're actually presenting to you what's required, and we're here to help you, So, yeah, I think Matt can enhance their experience for sure.
Definitely. And it's easier. Like, I'll be honest, I think I did show Michael and Emma the system. Like, it's ridiculously easy. And it should be, right? It shouldn't be complicated. It is 2026, right? So it should, at technology level, with the right backing, like someone like Berkshire, it should be that easy. And our policies only go up to 2 million, which was interesting because I was talking to one of the guys from, I think one of the big crane mods. He goes, only 2 million. We sell them for 6. I said, well, how many do you sell for 6? He goes, 1 a year. I said, okay, well, so basically you're selling hundreds under 2 mil. You're selling 1 over 6. I can't help you with the 6 mil one, mate, but I can help you with all the other ones. And we had a bit of a chuckle, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I'm going to make sure I don't fly around Australia before it. So I have a lot more energy this year. So everyone better watch out. So it'll be good.
Yeah, easy. And a question for you, Matt, more how your experience has been interacting with Emma and Marti, that as a new exhibitor, how did becoming a sponsor, how did becoming a sponsor at the Expo, how did that process work for you?
Yeah, well, look, I'm big on LinkedIn, so I know Emma is too. So it's basically through that I sort of looked at who is there and who to talk to. And then I reached out and Marti reached back and we had some phone conversations because, as I said, our connection was going to be slightly different to a normal exhibitor. But to be fair, she looked after us. She made it easy. And she's actually kept giving other opportunities. Like we're going co-sponsoring in like cooler bags for the golf day, all these extra little things. We're going to be on the bus, the courtesy bus, which no offense, I didn't know about all that. And I'm happy as to be involved. So it was just more around all these things that they kept sort of saying, it's such a big show, there's so much going on. It was great that she was able to bring me on. And then, to be honest, I went and met Michael and Emma out at the golf club and I suppose that was good too, because all of a sudden we were able to physically meet each other, so we're not AI, So don't worry, if I was AI, I'd change a few things, but it's give myself bigger shoulders. But like it's I don't know. They just made it feel I'm just part of it pretty quickly, So it was good, really good.
Yeah, the whole show is really very much family oriented, as I've said before. That the industry's made up a lot of mum and dad businesses where dad's out on the tools, mum's at home picking up the appointments and getting the supplies and things like that. The kids come home from school and they want to fiddle around with dad on the machines or help clean it up or something. So it's very much a family industry in many ways, despite the fact you've got these huge companies sitting right at the top of it. But um, that's why it's attractive to a lot of people who want to get into it. We've got people coming out of school, they want to be technicians, they're interested in being diesel mechanics and diesel engineers. And there's also lots of training organisations out there. There's some vocational guidance people. So if someone wants to get into the industry or looking for a job in the industry, it's also a great venue for that as well.
Yeah, no, that's it. And I know that a lot of the bigger companies, at least, will also have like a careers section or a recruiter there as well to answer any of those questions too.
That's right. I mean, people are interested these days in career paths, in safety, what skills they need. They might have some current skills. They might need to upgrade their skills to operate different machines. So all that information is available out there. And the thing is, everyone in the industry is quite happy and willing to share their experiences and to give guidance. And if people have got questions, they can ask anyone, they'll get some help. No problem.
Yeah, that's it. And I suppose even on the other thing, the businesses that are walking around as well that might not be exhibitors could also have opportunities available. And I think there's so many people at the expo, it's some opportunities might come by with, a person asking one of the big stands, hey, do you have any positions? And someone could be walking past and be like, actually, I have a position available. And I think like those opportunities are also available at the expo.
Well, it's the casual chats. I mean, people make their sites very welcoming. There's people who've got tables and chairs around. Some people even have whole lounges set up with the bar there. And you just get in there, you can just have a friendly chat to people, and you never know what comes out of conversation. I mean, the show provides that platform and that opportunity and makes it friendly and relaxed enough for people can ask questions that otherwise they might not know who to go to or they may not know how to answer. And uh, specifically, over the years, exhibitors have found that what they need to have on their stands, they have good people there. They have people who are people. Some are just engineers and not so much, but generally speaking, everyone is ready to have a chat to you. It doesn't matter what your question is, they'll be there to make life easy for you.
That's it. No, it's good. Like, there's so many different opportunities available in one spot. It's such a really good injection into the industry, no matter what level you are. Even if you're coming in as a sponsor, an exhibitor, a person leaving high school, someone who has no family connections into the industry but wants to get into the industry, like you can do all of that at the expo.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's it. All right, we'll go around the room quickly. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add to this episode and this conversation?
Only that the show is at the Western Sydney at the dragway. It's in the middle of Western Sydney. It's easy to get to by the road transport. There's ample car parking. It's a great hard stand area. It's weatherproof. There's everything there you need for the day. Just bring yourself and your smile and your money.
And
I'd like to thank Komatsu Pickles. We've got machines for you as well, like last year, Soda Capital, and of course Gensure with Matt here today. So I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We're very grateful for that support every year.
As I said, it's the first time for us, but the experience so far has been amazing. The golf day is a good indication on getting a bit closer to a few of the exhibitors. And then on the days, the 3 days, it'd just be hopefully it's under 40 degrees and everyone will be happy.
Well, we'll keep
Yeah.
our fingers crossed.
Yeah, you never know, mate. It is where it is, and it is what it is. But it's all good. And thanks for your time,
Yeah.
Louise. It's great. Appreciate it.
No, all good.
Very much, Louise, for having us.
Yeah, no, all good. And a little side note, Matt did mention that this is his first podcast ever, so good job, Matt. I think you've done really well.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt good.
Totally smashed it.
And you can see my jar over there. It hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure it's not stuffed?
Don't speak to my wife about that. We did have a dog that passed away when he was 17, and I wanted to get him done, and that was not a good conversation. But anyway, that's
There we
okay.
go.
Yeah, that's it. And even just wrapping up on this side quest here, everyone at the Expo is humans with lives outside of their businesses as well. So if you are nervous about coming in, remember we all have lives outside of this Expo. We're all just people selling, and well, not really. Some of us are selling, some of us aren't, but we're all there loving the industry, and you know, we're all just human. If you're nervous, just please don't let that hold you back from coming up to talking to anyone at the Expo.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. All ages. It's a family-friendly event. You know, even if you're not in the industry, you're welcome. You'll still love it. You'll still come and have lots to see. You know, even if you do just come and have a little walk through, you get your steps in, you come and have a little drink, something to eat, just something different to see. You know, it's really great. You're right, Louise.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I will attach all the information about the Expo in the description. So it is the 17th, 18th and 19th of April at the Eastern Creek Dragway. Tickets are available now. There is a link to get tickets in the description box. If you're interested in being a sponsor or an exhibitor, also information for that to contact Emma and Marti down below. And hopefully we'll see everyone at the Expo.
You will.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Catch you guys.
Okay, thanks.